We only have one life to live. We only have one life to live. We only have one life to live. And we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. We should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people they know that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we have to live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people that we know that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life anyway. Yeah. Oh yeah. We have to live. We only have one life to live. We have to live it. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes.
All right. That's right. We should always strive to live a That's right. Strive to live a positive life each and every day, no matter what we're going through, no matter what you are going through. It is 49 people in the house. We only got what, 28 likes? Oh no, 50 people in the house. We only got 28 likes. Come on, boost up them likes. Get that thumbs up. I'll need them thumbs up. Share it with the family, because we have an exciting show with you tonight. We got a very exciting show. We got one of my teachers, the one, the only, Baba Lloyd Strayhorn. Now, Lloyd Strayhorn, of course, is a renowned astro-numerologist, but a lot of you don't know that Lloyd Strayhorn is also one of the best palmistry or palm readers in America today. And today we're going to do an interesting show where we're going to show you how palm reading or palmistry connects with astrology and numerology, and how they connect. And Lloyd is one of those best ones. Back in the day was a guy named Kiro or Shiro, which I've shown his books many times. He was one of the best palm readers back in his day. This guy here, and Lloyd has a lot of books on his palm reading books from back in his day, because I've been to Lloyd's house. And those that have been to Lloyd's house, if you get a consultation and you live in the New York area, or you could travel to New York, Lloyd is one of those people that invite you to his house for tea and juice and all that, and do your reading right there face to face. I'm not one of those people. people take too much energy from me. So I just can't just give my energy up like that. Although I respect other energies, but sometimes when you're so empathic and have so much empathic energy, usually after a session that I do with people, if it's not back to back, I go straight to relax. I take a rest. I take a cat nap. So it is what it is. So enough respect to all of you. I want to make sure everyone can hear me. Everybody can hear me. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Yeah. Everybody can hear me. Look, I got 57 viewers and I only got 48 likes. I need y'all to like up the video, share the video. Where are y'all calling from? Where are y'all from, family? I see Georgia in the building, North Carolina in the building. I see Grifton, GA, Georgia in the building, still in the building. I got to big up all of y'all that's coming in. Athens, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia in the building. What's up? IT, Sakpase in the building. Alafia, big up. Detroit is in the building, of course. Big up to Detroit. You know, that's right. Hit the Cash App. That's right. I like when people say hit the Cash App. But also, I put Lloyd's Cash App on here also. But you can hit my Cash App up. But it's all about supporting the elder. I got him in the building coming up at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, Lloyd Strayhorn will be hitting the building. 9 o'clock, Lloyd will be in the building. And I want to make sure everybody show Lloyd that love also before he comes in. Also, if you want to find out more information about Lloyd Strayhorn, you're more than welcome to go to his website. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com if you want to get any of his products. Also, he has a 1-800 number, so you could call him from all over the world. 1-800-581-4401, and that goes straight to a cell phone. That's 1-800-581-4401. He has a Cash App too. Cash App, $numbers and you. Cash App, $numbers and you. Of course, if you want to do a numerovation session to me, you got to text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. My number is 347-496-1022. And my Cash App is $King Simon 3158. Toronto, Canada, what's up? East Point, Georgia, Greensboro, North Carolina, Alabama, what is that? I forgot how to say. Renown, Alabama, big up to them. Westbury, Long Island, big up. Get his class on Udemy. Yes, Udemy's class is off the hook. If y'all want to go to his Udemy class, yes, he definitely could go. You can go to udemy.com, and get Lloyd's class, Lloyd Strayhorn. Go to Lloyd Strayhorn on udemy.com and take his basic numerology class on udemy.com. So make sure you support that. I'm telling you, so that it is about understanding who you are and what you are. Like I said, big up to Virginia in the building. A lot of people have done sessions with me. Got to realize that I am a numerovator. I use numbers to motivate you. So it's not about reading. It's about activating your numbers. When I do a session for you, it's about activating and turning your numbers into what you can use it. I look for your angel numbers that I see. I look for the master numbers that I see. And then I read all the single digits and all the regular or the potential master numbers that I see, because the potential master number system under my system, numerovation, is the number 10, 20, and 30, or anything that have 0 behind it. Those are potential master numbers, because anything that the 0 precedes or is before, that's gives it high potentiality. So we're dealing with numbers on high frequencies and high vibrations. So hey, it is what it is. I'm telling you. Now, let me make sure. I want to read something about the author. Of course, I want to read something before he comes on, so we can have it for the record, so everybody know. So anytime anybody y'all go to Lloyd Strayhorn's book, you get this book. It's in the back of the book, but I want to make sure it's online. It says Lloyd Strayhorn was first introduced to numerology in 1969 as a result of his deep interest in astrology. The next 7 years were devoted to study and research on the theory, meaning, nature, and practical application of numerology. Afterward, he began teaching numerology in the classroom as well as privately. And in 1978, he began writing his first weekly column, and shortly thereafter had his columns syndicated in over 120 newspapers across the country. In his columns, Mr. Lloyd Strayhorn successfully predicted such events as prize fights, news events, and Super Bowls, and even published an article on the possible danger to the then president Ronald Reagan's life 3 months before the actual event. His numerological skills have even been sought out to break a Guinness World Records events 3 times. Now, Mr. Strayhorn has made numerous television appearances on such shows as Oprah Winfrey Show, Tony Brown's Journal, The Morning Show hosted by Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee, Geraldo, The Morning Show with Montel Williams Show, The Montel Williams Show, Rolanda Show, and Our Voices. In addition, Mr. Strayhorn has appeared on countless cable TV and radio shows across the country. Since 1981, he has hosted his own daily radio show, Numbers and You, on WBLS, or well, WLIB AM, that's 1190 WLIB radio, New York City, as well as his very powerful Cosmic Forecast and Astroscope reports that aired 3 times daily on WBLS FM, that's 107.5, also in New York. Mr. Strayhorn has been featured twice weekly on PBS. All readers interested in sharing their experience are invited to write or email Mr. Lloyd Strayhorn, and his email is lloydstrayhorn7@gmail.com. That's lloydstrayhorn7@gmail. Again, let me put up some of the stuff, or you could hit him up on his website, and his website is on the chat right now. I just put it up again just in case you want to make it happen. So make sure. All right, don't forget this coming Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, we got some great stuff coming up in the next couple of days. This coming Wednesday on April 15th, we have our beloved Mama Ella Samari coming in. Mama Ella Samari. Big up to the whole Haitian Massive and the African Massive, because she's a mixture of both. So big up to her. She's coming in. She's not only a spiritual life coach, and she does excellent consultation through the spirit realm, and she connects with that, but also she's an herbalist that studied under Dr. Africa, has a certification under Dr. Africa, and she studied Dr. Sabi and various other people. So I have her. She's going to be here 8 p.m. on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. She will be here. That will be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Mama Ella will be here live and direct on this Wednesday, April the 15th, approximately a month after her birthday. And then on the 19th, next Sunday, April the 19th, I told y'all before, we're going to have the great, since we're not able to do the events on April the 18th and April 19th, and everybody's getting their money returned, Professor James Smalls will be with us right here. You know, the man from Hidden Colors, also the consultant of Godfather of Harlem, starring Forrest Whitaker. He was a consultant. If you look at all the credits, you see Baba James Smalls. He'll be coming here next Sunday at 9 p.m. right here with King Simon Presents. So make sure you write that on your calendar, save the date, save April 15th, and save April the 19th, because we're going to have Baba James Smalls in the building next week. Oh, man, I can't wait. Of course, the song you heard that opened this up was the one, the only One Life to Live, which I am turning that song into a children's book. And that book is written, that song was written back in 1990. It's copywritten by me. It is my song. Of course, the music is not mine. The music is actually from Jammin's studio. And that particular song or album that I did back in those days, I think we only released like 3 songs at that album. I never even released the whole album. So all the lyrics are mine. It's written by me, copywritten by me, and it is what it is. So 85 people online with me now. So hey, it's only 67 likes. Come on, stop playing now. 67 likes. Matter of fact, let's pop up the night. Okay, it's up to 68 now. 68 likes so far. 68. Come on. 69. We're going up. Come on, make it go up. Come on, make it go up. Stop playing. Make it go up. We gonna make it go up, y'all. Make it go up. All right, where we calling from? Which borough? Which landmass? Lloyd is coming on at 9 o'clock, so I'm getting ready for him to come on. Man, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. Don't forget also Lloyd's books. Got this book. This is one that was produced. This is published by Dr. Laila Africa, Lloyd's Book of Numbers. You can go and get it on Amazon and Kindle. Also, this is also published by Dr. Africa, Lloyd's Numbers and You Workbook. Also, this book is also published at Dr. Africa's at Lloyd's Numbers and You Relationship Guide. And don't forget my book, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. That's also published by Dr. Laila Africa and his wife. And this book, also, No Promotion is Bad Promotion. Just spell my name right. This book is also published by Dr. Laila Africa, and my children's book, Our Children, Numbers Are Simple, Our Children's Health is Important. Numbers are simple, our children's health is important. Now, yes, thank you very much, Andrea Monique. You know, they call me the live wire, the universal soldier, the one who runs on solar and lunar energy. So did y'all experience that pink moon? Lord, that pink moon turned me pink. So it is what it is. So we got Brother Lloyd about to come in. It is 1 minute after the hour. Brother Lloyd is about to come in. As soon as Lloyd come in, we're going to bring him on up. And we're going to welcome him with a great round of applause, of course. We're going to welcome Lloyd in with a very well round of applause. Let me see if I can get my applause button going on. I think Lloyd is getting ready to come in. Applause. Let me get my applause button coming in. Hold on, Brother Lloyd. I know I know Lloyd about to come in, people. Got to make sure he all right. Got to make sure he all right. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. Let me just put that on mute. And then I think Lloyd is ready. I think Lloyd is ready. So let's make sure Lloyd is ready and then get him in the building. Let's see where he's at. Lloyd, you ready? You ready? I'm ready to bring you on, man. Let me see your face. Let me see your face, Lloyd. I'm ready to bring you on. Let me see your face. Let me see your face. And once I see your face, then I'll bring you on. I'm waiting to see your face. Okay, let me see if he's texting me right now because Lloyd is ready to turn on the fire. Yes, sir. Yeah, what's up, Lloyd? What's up? Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. What you said? Yeah, I'm waiting. Wait, you got to turn on your face, man. I don't see your face yet. I seen your face last time we did the test. Where your face at? Cool. Yeah, all right. I'll hang up and I'll talk to you later. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting ready to bring on Lloyd Strayhorn. We're getting ready to bring him on right now and make sure everything is well. Once I see his face, I think I'm adding him now. He should be coming in right now. And then we will bring him up. I see, of course, we see him getting ready to come in. What's up, Lloyd?
How you doing, buddy?
I can only hear your voice. What happened?
I have no idea yet. I'm trying to figure that out.
Turn on your camera. Your camera you should be able to turn on your camera when you scroll down.
There's camera mix. I see that.
Right.
And when I turn on camera, I'm not getting anything yet.
You're not getting anything?
No, let's see. FaceTime. Now we didn't have this. It's
yeah, we didn't have this problem, brother. Maybe we'd have to log out and come back in again. Log out and come back in again.
Okay, buddy. I'll do just that. Stay with me and I'll be back.
Just leave studio and come back in. Yes. Yeah, we'll come back. All right. So while Lloyd handles that, let me take him off of that right now, so we don't have to. Yeah. So while Lloyd handles that, we'll be bringing him back up. Want to thank everybody that showed love to Dr. Laila Africa's wife, Dr. Melanie Stevenson. I spoke to her last week, and she's very, very complimentary about how y'all supported, and she really loved that y'all really gave. And those that are still supporting the books and supporting the product and supporting the classes. Dr. Africa's classes are so on point, but it's very informative. A friend of mine purchased a class, and just the introductory to Dr. Africa's class was off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Just the introductory to Dr. Africa's class was extensive and crazy with it. So you know how that works. Dr. Africa is just that kind of dude. When you know who reminds me of Dr. Africa a lot? Who really gets into the scientific jargon, KT, the arch degree. Okay, I see Lloyd coming in. Let me bring Lloyd up now. All right, let's welcome, without further ado, our one, the only Lloyd Strayhorn in the building. We got the applause button, Lloyd. We got the applause going on. We got welcome. Everybody put a seven. Put seven up. Seven up. Put a seven up.
Nope.
Because Lloyd is in the building. Put a seven in the building. Put a seven. Put a number seven. Number seven got to go up. Lloyd is in the building, y'all, because he's born on the 16th. Put a number seven. 1 + 6 is 7. Everybody put a seven on there. Put a seven on there. Stop playing. What's up, Lloyd? How you doing?
How you doing, Simon? You know, you never change. At least you consistent. Thank you so much. How you been, buddy?
I'm good, sir. You know I'm consistent. I don't play around with this stuff.
No, you do not. No, you take your work very seriously, I should say. You know,
Somebody put a multitudes of seven, brother. they put 16 sevens on here. Well, Lord,
seven is a number that is in nature and everything we do. So I guess that's it. So anyway, but you know what it is, though. You and I know, Simon. Yes, 7 is a special number, but we know from 1 to 9, every single number from 1 to 9 brings to the table their own energy and contribution to the scheme of things.
Exactly. Well, Lloyd, I read your bio already before you came on, and the accolades, and it continues. From the time you do Oprah, you've done Regis Philbin and all these different shows and all that. And from the time you even started learning, let's briefly go down history lane real quick, because we got like 107 people watching us right now.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
So we right there, 107. We right there at the 7. I got 1. I'm a 1. You're a 7. I like this already.
That's true. That's true.
I like this.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie. Now, according to your brief biography in the book, it says in 1969 you started doing this, or you had your interest in astrology and then went into numerology. Explain how that transition went.
Well, we Aquarians are considered weird, but I found out those were just haters, so I didn't worry about it. But as I began to understand my sign, and I guess it was to build up my confidence, especially when we're going through those early stages, late, going into the puberty, into the teenage, junior high, high school. So we were all trying to get some self-identification. So I was very interested then. But then as I went along, as you found out yourself, Simon,
yes,
as I got into it, everybody want to know about themselves. Everyone, I've never met a person that hasn't been curious about themselves. Mm-hmm. So it's not about the sign and the number as so much as, I guess, the nature of the beast or the human nature of things,
Right.
And that's what led me on my journey. So what happens is I went into astrology. That was my main interest. Okay. So then I would do people's birthday. So then they would say, okay, I'm born 7:53 p.m. I do the chart. I bring it back. Guess what? They finally found their certificate. Instead of 7:53 p.m., it's 7:53 a.m. Now that throws the whole thing. And then there are a lot of people we'll meet, as you know, that don't know the exact time. Well, my mom said so and so. So in the old days in the South, where we live in the Caribbean, especially, that's why we have birthdays and names in the Bible. For example, a midwife may come, you're born on the 1st of the month, right? A midwife comes, delivers you on the 1st. A couple of days later, she ain't going right away. This is not the 21st century yet. And so she will go, probably if you're on a Monday, she'll probably go on a Thursday, Friday, bring all the birth certificates in. Some she'll remember, some she won't. So my experience has been when a person tells me they're not sure about what day they're exactly born on or what name they're exactly given, the first thing I do is ask, okay, what did your mother say? If your mother says you are this birthday, but the government certificate says you're that birthday, nothing personal government, I'm going to go with the mother. Not unless I happen to have been the 15th child, where things get a little hazy, fuzzy. But normally, a woman knows her first, second, third, fourth, fifth. They can tell you, I was moving furniture, my water broke, so-and-so. Every woman who has bared a child got a different story leading up to the delivery of that child. You see?
Yes, sir.
So it's this journey that we take from the time from the womb to the tomb. As
Yes,
you
sir.
know, we are numbers.
That's right. That's right. And the connection with the astrology and the numerology was so important. That made a whole complete connection, so to speak.
Because that's the point, Simon. When I got to numerology, I didn't need to know what time you were born. So it didn't matter as long as you knew your birthday, as long as I had your name. That also intrigued me, like you, Simon, because, okay, astrology, numerology, some of the other branches deal with your birthday, but numerology of all of them, Simon, does not deal with your name. So the name you and I know unlocks the magic of our gifts, our talents, abilities, and skills. It unlocks the people that are likely to be attracted to us and why they are. So it's a very, very interesting experience, my brother.
And you know, Lloyd, and those that are just tuning in, of course, we have the great brilliant Lloyd Strayhorn with us, the Renown. I know he don't like me keep on. You know, I always, you know me, I'm an MC to my heart.
No, you're a little embarrassing, but I'm getting used to it, Simon. I got documentation that say, you know what? You haven't been lying all these years.
Exactly. You know, and you know, Lloyd, for even the people that you have met throughout the years that you've done numbers for and all of that, how when as a matter of fact, when you did Oprah Winfrey, I think it was like 3 times you've done Oprah Winfrey. How was she? How did she accept what you were saying, and how intrigued was she with the numbers?
Well, first of all, she's an Aquarius.
Yes,
and this is the age of Aquarius. So Aquarians are open, they're generous, they got their own ways, they got their quirkiness, no question. But in the main, in terms of humaneness. So she's born January the 29th, 2. We know 2 is a water number, is sensitive, touchy-feely. So when she would always have her hand on some person's shoulder, that was in keeping with her energy. The interesting thing is the 3 times I was on with her, I was on with 3 other women, all of them astrologers. So it was just interesting. I was the only male the 3 times. The 3 different times I was there, she had 3 different women, and I was the only guy. So go figure, you know? So it was interesting. It was an interesting experience.
Really, and each time she brought you in, was it like an annual thing for 3 years, or did she bring you at different intervals of time?
She brought me at different intervals. 1 year, then the next year, I think then the following year, where I explained then to her that things were about to break, and that's when she went nationwide. That's when she blew up. It's like when I was doing the one July 18th. Her TV show.
You mean Wendy Williams?
Yeah, Wendy Williams. I was on Wendy Williams' show at BLS. We did a show, and she asked me after about this show that she was going to take on. Well, I told her, yes, it would, but there'll probably be a delay, but it would be, and it should be successful. Thus, when people see the Wendy Williams show, we had that conversation. So it's very interesting, the people that I've met, the people that I've shared experiences with, that we could talk about half the night.
I mean, you met Wesley Snipes. You met so many people. Man.
With
these people, man. And I know you talk about me and how many people I've met, but believe me, brother, you have met some people that you could write a whole entire book. But our sessions are confidential.
Yes, they are. But I would like to say one thing too.
Yes, sir.
I had the pleasure of meeting at the radio station at that time the singer Aaliyah.
Yes.
Now, Aaliyah at that time would probably be considered on the silver screen, TV screen, whatever, very attractive. And she was very beautiful physically. Yes. It's different how you look on the screen and how you see a person. But here's what was most attractive to me about her. Her warmness. She wasn't into, oh, I'm the finest thing. You know, you got to have some. She was so genuine. I autographed the book for her, but her mother was with her. When you met her mother, you understood why she was, that no matter how attractive she looked on the outside, what was more important was she was beautiful on the inside. Yes. So looks can fool you.
And when was her birthday? You remember?
Yes, July 16th, the same day as Sade that I met at the station too.
Right, July. I thought Sade was born January 16th.
Yeah, January 16th, and Aaliyah was born also January 16th.
Oh, January 16th. I just want to make sure. I know I remember.
Get me straight, brother. See, that's how we roll, you know?
We got to help each other out. That's right. That's right. That's right. As a matter of fact, one of my former wives, she's born on January 16th, and Dr. Melanie is born on January 16th.
Dr. Melanie too.
Yes, right.
What was this dancer's name? Debbie.
Not Debbie Allen.
January.
Oh, yeah, what's her name, sister? Felicia Rashad's sister? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? You know, but you know, I wanted to get into this topic because a lot of people know you for years as the Astro-Numerologist, a renowned Astro-Numerologist for years. You've taught numerous of people. You've taught me, especially from ear to mouth, from mouth to ear, and all that stuff, and through your books and all that. And I do want to let everybody knows, of course, I got his books here just in case. I got his books here just in case. Of course, I got his books here just in case. I want to know where the book. And of course, this one came in hardcover and all kinds of covers back in the day. This came in black and came in hardcover. But yes, these three last books was published by Charles Child Publishing, Dr. Africa, and
exactly right.
When you support us, you support myself and Lloyd. You actually supporting Dr. Africa and his wife.
Yes, you are.
The family, you know, Black-owned publishing company. So, you know, Lloyd, like I said, Lloyd, a lot of people know you as the Astro-Numerology, but the title of this is Astro-Numerology and how it connects with palmistry or palm reading, which is very intriguing to me because everybody don't realize that your life is in the palm of your hands.
Literally in every way more than people can imagine.
Yes.
Now, this virus thing. What are they telling you to do? Like what you just did. What they say don't do? Touch your face. You see, you just touch your nose. See?
Exactly. Don't touch your nose.
The hand is the instrument of the mind.
Yes.
Whatever you think, you don't have to say, okay, I got to look at my hand and then say, let me reach over here for this bottle. Let me reach over here for this napkin or whatever the case may be. We don't even think about it. We just carry it out. Right. But the hand tells you quite a bit. And I love the palmistry because you can learn a lot by just observation. So if you're the kind of person that is gifted in observation or like to learn, see things, you can understand. So for example, people are always concerned about the lines in your hands, like mine here, right?
Right.
So what happens is there are other things that are going on too. And people don't realize that with the hand, it also are other dimensions like the nails, you know, the length of the fingers, importantly, the thumb, okay? And so in fact, all the fingers are assigned to the zodiac. The first finger, this one is Jupiter. Now that's ruled by the number 3, and it would rule Pisces and Sagittarius. Now, and also to the negative 3 is called the dictator finger. So, you know, when mom or dad are fussing, what they do, they don't throw this finger out. They don't throw that finger out. They don't throw that finger. They say, okay, didn't I tell you never to do that again? So to use the finger, that's the dictator finger. Now, Napoleon, the general of Italy, born August 15th, for example, he was known to have a long first finger. Normally, the longest finger is the Saturn finger. This is Saturn or the Capricorn. So normally, most Capricorn people are tall in height. So if I see a tall person, more than likely, if they're not a Capricorn, they're ascendant, because your rising sign in astrology denotes the way you appear to people visually, okay? The moon is representing how you thinking. Like I could be calling you 1,000 names, but brother, you would never know because you ain't got the speaker to hear it. So that's what goes on in the mind, the moon. But it's the rising, so that's the Saturn finger. Then the third finger here, this is the sun, and it's ruled by it rules the metal of gold. So when a woman gets married and a man gets married, they put the ring on the third finger. Okay. Then the last one here is Mercury, and so these are all ruled by planets. Let me see. Venus, I'm working backwards. So Venus is here. Okay. So they said, okay, if you got a large Venus, you know, you're passionate in the bedroom. No, it could be passionate about life, passionate about your career, things like that, you know, but people kind of take things and get a little twisted at times, you know? So over here is where the moon is. Okay. This is the moon area. So then these here, up these things here are the lines. Now, most people are most accustomed to the lines, but the length of the fingers are very important. Here's what I'm saying. If you meet a person, let's say you're going for an interview, and this person has what are considered short fingers from your observation, which is why it's important to pay attention. If they have short fingers, Simon, it normally denotes you got to get to the nuts and bolts right away. Let's say somebody's at home, because we're all stuck at home, right? And talking to their lady, and their lady got short fingers, and she asks a yes no question. Well, she don't want to hear nothing going around the barn. Well, you know, boo, let me give you the backstory. She first answer yes or no, and then, you know, you can explain it. So then if you got persons on the reverse side with long fingers, they are the persons who want to go into details. Well, what do you mean, Simon? Okay. I hear what you say, but what do you mean? So it will help you gauge your interactions with the people in front of you. Your thumb, this represents your will. Whoops, there we go. Your will and your logic. Okay, that's the will here and the logic. And so that tells you how determined you are, as well as how logical you are in the process of your determination. Now, there are some, okay, I've got to get used to how this camera's working. Okay, there we go. There's some people that have what is called a bulbous thumb. A bulbous thumb means almost looks like a little biscuit. And in old palmistry, they would call it the murderer's thumb. Okay, it would indicate people normally who have a hot temper. They will get into an argument, especially those who drink, like Aries, Scorpio, 9 people. It don't mean, excuse me, not all Aries drink. Okay, not all Scorpios. I'm talking about those who know they do. That's all I'm talking about. And if it ain't you, don't lock that.
Not all 9s drink either.
You get things twisted. You know what I mean? Everybody. So you have to learn this, Simon and I know. Yes, you may be a sign and a number, born on a certain day. Let's say we'll say August 18th. But the point is, you will have a different name, a different year you were born, and a whole lot of other things that Simon and I, as experts and professionals in this field, understand. And by knowing that, it makes a big difference. So the hand tells a lot. Hand gestures, everything like that. The way we do things. Now, people want to know about the hands. Let me get it like that. Okay. Now, if you look at it, there should be ideally 3 lines primarily. Okay. Let me explain. When you look at the nose, Simon, if anybody's face, no matter what part of the world they come from, the mouth is in this position, the nose is in this position, the eyes are in this position. Now, my eyes are down here, brother. Okay. That's not normal. Sorry. Like looking at the hands, there are 3 lines. Okay. Now, the line here, if it can be enlarged a bit,
I can see it. Yeah.
The line that's going around my,
I got it. Right.
The opposite. The line that's going around my thumb.
Right.
That's for your lifeline.
Yeah.
That denotes your vitality, lack of vitality. Everything primarily starts under the first finger and the thumb. So you see my lifeline is starting right under the thumb, and then it goes around. So as it goes around, it tells you that normally under normal conditions, I should have a normal life, but there are always exceptions. So there can be people with long lifelines with short existence, and vice versa. There are so many other factors to consider. Now, the line that's in the center, that's your headline. Okay? That line denotes the mentality of anybody I'm looking at, Simon. Now, there are 2 directions it should go across. It should curve and go slightly straight. That means a head for business, or you'll see a headline that really curves downward, which means people who lean toward musicianship, artistry, paintings, things of that nature and stuff like that. Then the 3rd line under the fingers is called the heart line, and it denotes the mental affections of the person, of the individuals, the things in front of you. There we go. Things like that. All right. So that's how that works. So then you see a line going straight up the center of the hand. That's called the fate line. Now, some people will have a fate line, some people won't. If they don't, it's okay. You know, everybody want to compare themselves. That's why everybody didn't got the same face, Simon.
Exactly.
Everybody go to bed at the same time, Simon. You know what I'm saying? We're so busy trying to be somebody else. We're not trying to understand who we are, which is what we do. Okay.
Right.
That's the nature of what we do. So your hands tell a lot about you, how you hold them, how you touch, how you shake a hand, how you hold it in position, because 80% of communications is body language, believe it or not. And the hands play a very important part in how that works. So if I'm using my hand like that, you know, like, yo, what's up? If I'm sitting here nice, cool, calm, collected, you know what I'm saying? Everything's cool. You know? So, you know, once you get to the hand move, like, yo, what's up? You know, and who does it better than those in the martial arts that know the working of the hands?
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Those that are just tuning in, of course, we have our beloved Lloyd Strayhorn. Remember, to get in contact with Lloyd Strayhorn for products and consultation, go to his website, www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's lloyd-strayhorn.com. And of course, his number is 1-800 number is 1-800-581 4401. That's 581-4401. That's his 1-800 number. Also, he has a Cash App now. That's Cash App, the $ Numbers and You. That's the name of his books, Numbers and You. And if you want to find out more about his classes on Udemy, that's udemy.com. What's the name of the classes? Because I know I watched the class. It was an excellent class. What's the name of the classes on Udemy, Lloyd?
It's called Learn from Lloyd, How to Read a Person Like a Book. I'll repeat it. Learn from Lloyd, How to Read a Person Like a Book. And for those of you who are listening, quiet as it's kept, I'm trying to get Simon on there to do the same thing, because this brother is so brilliant. I mean, if you just do your memoirs, man, you know what I'm saying? But all of your experiences and stuff like that. And believe me, just as, and you know what's interesting about us, Simon?
Yes,
people cannot imagine our history. if you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And in my every soul, you are my brother. I mean, seriously.
Yes, sir.
We've done things. And you know what's interesting? Like John Harris at the Tree of Life, he would sneak up to me and quietly welcome me and say, like, yo, brother, when you gonna write that book? Like, yo, what are you talking about? Where I got that from. That's why I said to you, Simon, like, excuse me, Simon, you got to write a book.
That's right. That's right. You told me too. That's right.
You wrote 3 books. And I wrote 2 books.
Now, Lloyd, you said something real key. How many of your students over the years have written a numerology book?
Not that many compared to the number of people I taught.
You mean people have written books, but they haven't written numerology books?
Yeah, some, maybe 10.
Have written
books? Those that I feel are what I feel after all the years that are exceptional, I encourage them to write a book. So there's an upcoming book by our brother Brandon Smith, who's a minister, who's about to put out a book that explains and break down the Bible, and he take passages that's really amazing.
Good.
Then Kaya French in Detroit, she's coming out with a book next year on children, you know, about food and stuff. So everybody brings their energy. So if I think you're exceptional, and everybody's exceptional. In fact, one of the students from our workshop last June, Jackie Levine, has actually put out a book.
Oh, really? Good idea.
Yes.
What kind of book is
it? Amazon.com. All you got to do is go to Amazon.com, Jackie Levine. Now, it's a novel, but you know what the novel is? Using numbers.
Oh, get out of here. I didn't know that.
It's a kind of semi-autobiography. I think it's about unraveling her. No, it's not a novel. Shall we say a fiction. It's not fiction. It's kind of autobiography, but she's using numbers instead. So that was the influence of what we did together when we worked that classroom in June. So we're laying a good foundation, Simon.
And Sister Asma is coming out with a book.
Yes, I want to buy her book. I told you I tried to call to get a number, and I want mine autographed too.
Exactly.
That's what I wanted. If you ain't autographed, don't give it to me, okay? I want to buy it. Let me say this, Simon.
Yes, sir.
We always tend to have this: lend me, give me, can you spare? Is it free?
Exactly.
That's not what's happening anymore.
That's right.
And I think it is to everyone's advantage to begin to be aware of that we're all in this together, and freebies don't count. It's nice to know you would give me something free, Simon, but I'd like to buy it as a way of support. Now, I support you, brother. Well, buy a book.
That's
buy
right.
books. Send one to your lady. Send one to your, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, support. Put the, you know what I'm saying? Back that up with the dinero, the dollar. Right. And that's important.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes if you don't have it, we work with, I'm sure, Simon, I've discounted and done readings gratis, just, you know, because you never know where our blessings come from. I'm sure you, brother, we're Aquarians. I know how we roll.
Of course. I mean, I purposely sometimes go over the time when I'm doing
numerology. Mine is most of the time. I'm not going to front.
Yeah, most of the time. Unless I'm right up on the next session, I have to make sure everything is on time. But I got to thank people like yourself. But I thank my brother there, Samuel F. Reynolds, for bringing timing at his place, because that really helped me to refine my time when I started doing it more.
Brilliant astrologer, very deep.
Yeah, he did. Remember, he did the Zodiac Lounge.
Yes.
And he had everybody that had a certain 10 minutes, but you had to like finish up in 8 minutes so you could get to the next.
Well organized, kept it moving.
And you know, he's born on the 22nd, so you understand why he has to get there.
And this obviously is his year. Although I haven't heard anything, he might be under the radar, but this is his year without question.
Yes. Somebody just asked, Lloyd, do left and right hand tell different stories on the same stories?
Excellent question. The right hand the lines in the right hand should not be the same as the lines in the left hand. The right hand symbolically denotes what you have learned on your own, through your own experiences, ups and downs, journeys. The left hand denotes your hereditary traits, what your mother and father possessed. Okay. So when you look at a hand, if you look at both your hands right now, everybody take a look at both their hands. If you look at your right hand, you'll see that your left hand, the line should be totally different in some way, shape, or form. What it means is in the left, this is what your mom and dad were about. But in your right, it's what you have become about. Okay?
Yeah.
And so that's the difference. But when they are identical, which is rare, Simon, because the theory is in each generation we are supposed to progress and grow and evolve. You see what I'm saying? And take it to the higher level. But if they're exactly identical, that means that person has achieved no more than what their mom and dad has done.
That is very interesting. I never thought about it that way, especially I started buying certain books on it.
Excellent question. Whoever that was, tell them bless them. That was an excellent question.
That was Mary Bontus, Maribontus, who asked that question.
U.S. bless you.
Yes, bless you. You know, and you know what's so interesting, Lloyd? For okay, wait a minute, we got like 167 people, and we only got 177 likes. Come on now, push those like buttons, press them like buttons. I ain't playing with y'all. It creates the algorithm. Press those like buttons, man. Get that thumb up all the way to 160. Let's get it up. Get it up. Somebody asks what if you write with both hands? Now, what's so funny? I write with both hands because one time I understood that I used to be left-handed, and then my mother encouraged right hand, but I end up still being able to at least draw with the left hand and write with the left hand. And I still, when I write with left hand, I write like I'm a lefty. Actually, I really write. Right. But martial arts developed my hands better to be able to move it and move.
Yeah, because we know there's a balance. You know, there's a whole rhythm, an ebb and flow. No matter what stance, you got to take the opposite stand because all blows ain't gonna come from one direction. So you got to another direction. Okay.
Exactly.
But the point is that with the nature of the hands like that,
right,
you would be considered ambidextrous. Some people are. That means they are blessed with a gift of writing with both left and right. But regardless whether they are ambidextrous, there's always a leaning. For example, I'm left-handed. I bat left-handed, but I throw right-handed.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Get out of here.
When I go up, I'm batting left-handed. I'm going to throw that ball. It's going to be right-handed. You know? So, you know, there's little quirks that all of us have. And here's the thing. People are so busy trying to fit what is perfection. The only perfection is within yourself. All of us come on this planet with warts, shortcomings, frailties, whatever. Okay.
Right.
And this is why they sell you all these products. Did you know that that sightly mole was unattractive? Maybe that might be your beauty mole. Maybe people find it attractive. Okay. So why does it have to be? So you know, they talk about how people now trying to get into body image. It should be what your mental image is. The mental image of yourself will normally manifest outside. So a person could look good outside, but messed up mentally inside, you and I know. So this is it. So that's the thing. So it all depends. Most people who are ambidextrous will lean toward one way. When they write, like you said, you're right, left-handed. Okay. Now, what happens is a lot of people I've met have write left-handed originally, but like in certain schools or whatever philosophies, my doctor, in fact, when I was a kid, the doctor my mother took me to asked about my being left-handed, because left hand was supposed to be considered the unclean hand.
Yes.
And, you know, when you got to clean yourself up, okay, that's why most of the bends are found on the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side. So it all depends.
Now, somebody asked Lloyd, what if you see crosses on your hands and on your palms?
Well, it all depends on the way the position is. So the cross could be, for example, I have a cross right there in the center of my palm. Okay, it's an X. Okay, now it all depends on where it's found. People who normally have a cross, or what in this case, this is position called a mystic cross, meaning they have a gift or leaning toward the arts in some way. So it all depends. If that cross is falling on their heart line, it may mean something, a challenge with the affection. If it's falling on the headline, which is that line in the center, it means something where there's a mental challenge at that point only. Or something on the lifeline where they may go through an injury, but if the lifeline continues, it means they should pull through. Again, that's very general, because they said a cross could mean anything. The cross could be under what is called, these fleshy areas here are called the mounts. Do the mounts stick out? There was a picture I sent you this afternoon that if you look at the mounts, how well developed they were. You see what I'm saying? Then you have people whose mounts are almost sunk in. So the mounts tell a whole different story too. There's a lot to this. One day we need to do a whole thing, a little PowerPoint presentation, make it easy for people to understand themselves, not only through numbers, but through the power of the hands, because everybody use their hands for everything.
I think I still have the DVD that we did with you doing it. I think I put it up. I'm not sure if I put it up.
I know I have the PowerPoint thanks to you. Because I learned PowerPoint. Thank you, Simon. Bless you. Bless you.
Somebody from Trinidad said, "What's up?" Too. Somebody from Trinidad.
What's up?
That person that asked that question was from Trinidad. That asked, "Do the left hand have a different than the story?" Was from Trinidad.
Yeah.
So I know your show is still on Trinidad, right?
No, that's been discontinued from now. Like everything else has been shut down. So
really?
That's in it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, my goodness, man. Now, in relation with hand reading the hands, I know one of your teachers was this man here, Shiro, who wrote this book.
That actually in the world of palmistry would be considered my idol. He was born on November the 6th of 1866. No, excuse me, November 1st of 1866, and died on October the 8th of 1936 in Hollywood, California.
Right, exactly.
But it was through him. Now, here's the thing, which is why I wanted to journey to India, because when he went to India, it was the Brahmins who taught him the art of palmistry, and he brought it back. He began to it was through him that he legalized palmistry, like Evangeline Adams legalized astrology here in New York City. Okay, when she was arrested. And so it was one of those things where you kind of like, yes, Evangeline Adams, exactly right. And Aquarius, by the way, Simon.
Yeah, she was Aquarius. When's her birthday?
February the 8th.
Oh wow, February the 8th. Wow, good
Marrying
idea.
a younger man in her last days.
That's her. This was a good book, man. I
Yeah.
read this is a good book.
In fact, it was Evangeline Adams that told um, J.P. Morgan not to go on the Titanic.
Yes.
Here's the thing: he owned the piece. He owned the Titanic. He
Yes.
owned the White Star Line that built the Titanic.
Mhm.
They had a special suite, a promenade, everything for him. What?
Right.
Supposedly he's stuck in Italy somewhere, can't get to be picked up.
Right.
Going. But the irony is it sunk in April 12, 13. In fact, this will be another anniversary. I think it was the 12th, 13th, 14th, or the 14th, 15th when the Titanic sunk.
Mhm.
Well, that was in 1912. The interesting part is less than a year later, J.P. Morgan died 17 days before his birthday, which was April 17th. So he didn't get, so it's almost like if I didn't get you here, I'm going to get you there.
Get you there.
He also employed Evangelines as his astrologer. In her book, The Bowl of Heaven, her autobiography,
Mhm.
she explains how she actually taught him. He therefore hired somebody in his staff. Charles Schwab in his day also did the same thing with Evangeline Adams. So although those guys have been long gone, everybody still knows about J.P. Morgan Bank,
That's right.
Charles Schwab Investments.
That's right. That's right.
I wonder why.
That's right. those that just tuned in, we got 183 people on the line with us, and Lloyd Strayhorn is with us. 146 likes. Come on, thumb up the video. Stop playing. Thumb up the video. But Lloyd, as far as its connection with the hand and astrology and numerology, what would be some of the comparisons people should recognize when they're doing these different modalities?
First of all, you got to take your time, but more importantly, learn the basics.
Yes.
Nobody comes out the gate. If you look at a professional athlete, basketball player, judo master, they make it look so easy where you can get off your couch and say, yo, man, I can do that too.
Yeah, right.
On the floor and busting your neck or face, okay? So that's why like youth and wisdom don't go together.
Exactly.
And professionals don't too.
Exactly.
So they don't, you and I have been doing this for a great number of years. We've done our study. The thing that makes our stuff unique between you and I, Simon, we've been street trained too.
Yes, sir. Yes,
books
sir.
we read. We got a lot of books to prove our knowledge too.
That's right.
But we got what's called the street cred, brother. Okay.
That's right.
And so it makes a big difference. That means we learn through trial and error, life's experience. Y'all get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about, man. All kinds of things that people don't know. So it's going to take a process. So you got to start out slow. You got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run. That's the process. That's how it goes. So if you think overnight you're going to be like Simon and I, you will be greatly disappointed. But if you're diligent, if you are consistent and persistent, and you have just been as nosy as Simon and I about getting in everybody's business, I'm speaking only for me, Simon. You know I'm joking.
Yeah, just for you. I don't even want to read people. I just want to guide them. I don't want to read them no more. I just want to guide them. Like, look, I tell people nowadays, Lord, I said, look, you know yourself. I don't need to read you. Y'all just need to learn how to activate your numbers and stop playing.
Are you funny, Simon? But that's how we roll, though. Okay. So that's the only thing I can say. But the nice thing is, please do. This is why I do have my course, Learn from Lloyd, How to Read a Person Like a Book on Udemy. That's on sale. The sale ends in about a day or two at 12 midnight. So you got enough time to get it for less than breakfast at Starbucks, okay?
And plus, people have been buying. Tell them how many people have supported you, Lloyd, and thank everybody that might have supported you right here.
Okay. Tonight, when I went on just before, I have a total of 757 students. It hasn't even been 2 months.
I know.
When you and I and Brother Rich, which is why I give thanks to you, Brother Rich, Jackie Levine for her professional thing of putting that whole package together. They got that kind of response that took me to, in less than a month and a half, 757 students in 30 countries and in 11 languages.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
When you say to me now, Simon, world-renowned numerologist, I go for it, okay? I receive.
It's well deserved. It's well deserved, my brother. It is well
Thanks.
deserved. As a matter
And
of fact,
I want you to bring your knowledge to the world too.
let's all applaud our brother Lloyd Strayhorn for that. Well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Well
Thank
deserved.
you.
We're gonna
Thank
applaud
you.
our brother for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I'm telling you, Lloyd. Now, moving forward, Lloyd, what is so interesting, that for all the years that you've done this, and all the people that you've served and taught throughout the years, what is it? What do you what do you want your legacy to be left of? Because a lot of people, it got a legacy that they want. What is it that you want to leave behind, and what would you want to tell future students about?
Well, my legacy for me is simple.
Yes,
we Aquarians are humanitarians. If
yes,
you notice our astrological symbol, it's a human figure
yes,
rather than an animal figure.
right.
So in our humanity, we always want to leave humaneness.
Yes, sir.
I would like my legacy to be that I helped a whole lot of folks.
Yes, sir.
That as a result, they really moved ahead, made decisions that changed their lives around.
Mm-hmm.
And my stuff is simple, and that they were happy. That's the legacy I want. That people will be talking about. Yeah, I remember when I was 5 years old, and he talked to now they 50 years old, and it's that kind of thing that shaped their lives. So we are influencers.
Yes, sir.
Not in a way to buy products or services, but influencers for good. Influencers in a way that we guide people. Now, people don't know that our unique way is totally different than most numerologists.
Right.
Because the way I teach it, that they'll learn from the class, is basic about your name, because it's simple. Right. That's the whole point of it. And then about the birthday. Right. But you and I know that we have seasons. Yes. When you give your analysis about things and the way you break things down, you ain't gonna find that in Learn from Lloyd How to Read a Person Like a Book.
That's right.
But because you and I know something, actually, Simon,
mm-hmm.
it dawned on me.
Mm-hmm.
It really, anyway, I'll tell you off. I got something on mine.
Okay.
It's going to be awesome.
Okay. No problem.
It is, okay. Anyway, I did keep y'all in the dark, folks, but first of all, I got to get Simon's clearance, and then but you'll know soon enough. Believe me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, someone asked about the vibrations to houses and building numbers, and how to find that out. But it's in your book. People don't realize it's in this book too. If you want to find out how to find out the vibrations of your houses, the numbers connected to it gives that vibration.
Well, can I just run something right quick about numbers and houses?
Yes, please.
Okay. Number one, houses. In other words, if the number adds up to address 163, mm-hmm. 1 plus 6 plus 3 is 10, and 1 plus 0 is 1.
Right.
That means that more than likely Leos live there, Aquarians and Aries live there, okay? Mm-hmm. Or people born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th. The point is that every building has its own personality. Number one buildings normally have large space either in their living room and or the bedroom. Mm-hmm. But its hallmark is it's in plenty of sunlight. Number two buildings are normally like, let's say you got a building 101, XYZ, right. Or that adds up to a theory. So it gives me two significant. It tells me, A, you're either near a body of water, because see, you and I, Simon, know, as the students who take the course will know at the very last chapter, that the numbers are also ruled by elements. So since 2 is ruled by water, that means this property may be near water or have water-related challenges like, shall we say, leaks, water pressure, floods, whatever. 3 houses are normally houses of entertainment. Lots of kids, lots of animals, pets, always some activities going on in number 3 houses, okay?
Right.
It's normally very youthful, a lot of conversations because 3 is a talkative number. So it's kind of lively, always music. Something is always going on. So if you're trying to get some peace and quiet, it may not be at a number 3 house because 3 is a number of activity and expansion and social. Then there's the number 4 house. 4 loves to be different. That's why this year is very unique. That's why this year's upset a whole lot of folks, because this year ain't the typical way of how things supposed to go, especially like as somebody said in January, listen, for the next 3 months, you're going to be shedding. It's in New York City too. Get out of here.
Exactly.
But before. So 4 properties like 211, 2 + 1 + 1 is 4. Well, that tells me there's something about that property that makes it different or unique in the way of either its height, its length, even so. In other words, if you were to look at the building on the first and the last side, on the left and the right side of a 4 property or building, you'll find there's something about number 4 that makes it different. Taller, shorter, longer, narrower. Even the way you go in and come out would be different. This same for office buildings that are 4. You might go in one way and could come out another way and vice versa. Right. 5 properties represent those that are normally positioned either on or near the corner or about the middle of the block. So let's say you got 2003, which adds up to 5 because I'm trying to keep it simple. That means that property is somewhere near the corner. It's either on it or near it, 1. Or 2, it's about the middle of the block, or 3, somewhere in a kind of cul-de-sac. 6 properties are normally very known for beauty, especially its color theme is blue. 7 properties are near water. The thing about 7 properties versus 2 properties, yes, it's near water, and yes, it's could have water problems, but number 7 properties are normally kind of out of the way. Where if you go in there the first time, you got to find it. You almost get lost looking for it. Okay. Number 8 properties normally have cracks along the walls or the ceilings, foundational or structural challenges. Now, these are properties that are old. Now, properties are supposed to be brand new. Ain't supposed to be having none of these joints up in here. Okay? But I'm saying if there's been properties that's definitely been a minute, okay, then these would be some of the challenges. 9 properties normally deals with fires. I suggest that people try not to smoke in bed, leave burning candles for those that are in the rituals of any kind. That if it's especially an older 9 property, that they should get a professional surge protector, plug that into the wall, and plug all the major appliances, all the TVs, all the faxes and whatnot into the surge protector, because 2 can also do electrical wiring fires. Okay. Also, they check the furnace if they live in a house. Okay, to avoid, they need to have a carbon monoxide, not carbon smoke detector, but a carbon monoxide detector near the base leading up to the house itself to signal whether because carbon monoxide is odorless, tasteless, whatever, and carbon monoxide has knocked out and killed entire families. So these are the things I see, and these are the things I suggest. So 9 properties, normally Aries and Scorpios and Leos like them. 8 properties, normally Aquarians and Capricorns like them. 7 properties, normally Cancers and Pisces like them. 6 properties, normally Tauruses and Librans. Also 5 properties, Geminis and Virgos. 4 properties, Aquarians and Geminis and Leos. 3 properties, Pisces and Sagittarius. 2 properties, Cancer, and 1 properties, Leo and Aquarius. Okay, I'm finished. Okay. See, that's something that people will treasure that came on your show.
Y'all don't get that too much. Y'all better recognize. No. Thank you very much. Gotta give you the applause. Gotta give you. My people, they don't understand, Lloyd. They don't understand.
We buddies, Simon. Man, we are buddies to the nth degree. We really are. It's an honor.
Those that are just tuning in, make sure y'all hit Lloyd up on his Cash App right now. Show the Baba some love. This is one of my elders in this whole thing. Baba Lloyd Strayhorn. His Cash App is Numbers and You. Cash App $, Numbers and You. Spelled as same as his book. Numbers and You. Make sure you hit him up on the Cash App. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Anything counts because anything will help. That's how it works. So, Baba, for all the things that you've done over the years and what you've done. Now, when people study astrology or numerology or tarot, do you suggest that they study their family and friends first before they start venturing out there?
Great question, Simon.
Yes, sir.
Our beginners ideally should study their family members. Why? They know them. When they're doing their name of their number, they'll say, you know what? That sounds just like her. That sounds just like him.
Right.
Then when I started, all I did was my family, mom, dad, brother, sisters, this person, that person, all of them. I started to see if that worked. That was my thing. Now I don't want to be family. I would prefer to read strangers, people I don't know. And you're probably at that stage too.
That's
but
true.
ideally, beginning any numerology course or any study privately with Simon or myself, that you should always study your family first. People say, well, I don't know 25 people. Yes, you do.
Yes, right.
People you don't like. Your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend. Or the postman does, show you love. Or, you know what I'm saying? We know all kind of people, Simon. But we're not thinking like that. Exactly. Then if you want to do a celebrity, does that fit them? But do ideally work on yourself first. Do these numbers seem to fit me? For example, let's say there's a person named Lucille, all right? And when they look on the Pythagorean system, it has all those threes running to it, which adds to 29. 2 plus 9 is 11, and it's a 2. Well, 2 lose cancers. 2 is very sweet. 2 is very loving, nurturing, caring. But with all those threes repeated about 4 or 5 times in the name, it almost overshadows. Not only that, if one were to do the name Lucille, the number 2 is not written in the name. So that 2 for me becomes superficial. It's not that it's not important. It's not that it's faking. It's just that's not their strong point. I would focus more on those threes, because the more a number repeats itself, as women say, the more concentrated. And the more concentrated it is, the more you can thin it out. So where 1 3 is average in the name, just in the first name Lucille, where there's about 4 or 5 threes, that definitely would take dominance to me. And this is how you begin to learn how to read. This is how Simon and I have done. But you got to start with people you know. And Lucille, by the way, was my mom. Okay. She was always creative, always ambitious, always determined to succeed. And she did very well with the 3 of us, me, my brother, and my sister. She did. God bless her.
Now, somebody asked Lloyd a very interesting question of going back to the palm. Dr. Thrive said, is it true that your palms can tell you when you're going to get married and how many children you will have? Is it so?
Yes. Good question. Good question, Simon. All right. I love these questions. Okay, here we go. Yes. Back to the hands, right?
Yes.
Now, okay. Now we're going to turn to the side of the hand. See this here?
Okay. Okay.
What he's talking about these are called, in modern numerology, these are called the lines of marriage. And what they are, you'll see slight curves or straight lines going directly under your pinkies. Everybody, some people will have them, some people won't. Some people will be very faint, and some people won't. So I'm trying to get as close so you can see mine here. Now, what they do is, the way they measure time in palmistry, the bottom of my headline, my heart line right here, to the end of my pinky is called 70 years. In palmistry, when they're doing your lines, it's in measurement of 70 years. When they're doing your headline, is 70 years, and they're doing your heart line is 70 years. So what will happen is, if a person has one of those curves about the center of their line between the heart line and the pinky, that means they'll probably get married somewhere around between 33, 35 years old. Then you'll have some people that got lines that are, and this is not a good time. We'll have to figure out another time. But if you got some people who got their lines are kind of like, shall we say, younger down there, it doesn't mean they were married. They may have thought they got married or actually lived with somebody during that time. So you'll see people with several lines or people with few lines. Now, when they want to know about the children, where the lines of union or marriage goes horizontal, the children's lines go vertical. So if you look along those marriage lines, you might see little indentations. Those indentations are symbolic of children. Okay, so you should have a slew of them, my brother, which is none of my.
I got a whole bunch of them. The joke is, I got 9 children. So.
I hate myself personally, but see now, some daylight is the best way to look for these lines. If you're looking in this light here, this is low light. This is not the ideal light. Even if you shine a flashlight, which would be helpful, the best light to look always is under daylight. So if you got some sun coming out, go by your window, then look at your hands. Now, here's the thing: the lines that are deep, those horizontal lines that are deep, denoting children, The deep one denotes your boys. The faint one denotes your girls. So, for example, I'll have a client where I look at the hand of the woman, and she'll say she never have children, but yet the marking show the lines. That tells me, I says, what that indicates to me is either you terminated or lost a child. And they said that's true.
Wow. I mean, and Lloyd, this is extraordinary because Polite read my hands years ago before I realized that you was also into the hand reading. But because I knew you longer than Polite, but he read my hands and said, yeah, this denotes all, because he's a brilliant.
Yeah,
soul.
Yeah, exceptional. Yeah,
I'll be having him on in the next couple of weeks also. But I want to remind everybody before we end our program, just want to remind you, don't forget this Wednesday I'll have Ella's on air. Ella Samori. She's born March 15th. She just had a baby born December 1st. And her man is February 6th. So you know what that is, Lloyd.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a whole other energy there. But I have her on. She's a spiritual reader. She's a spiritual life coach, and she's an herbalist that studied under Dr. Africa about, I think, 10 years ago, or a numerous amount of years ago with Dr. Africa, and she studied Dr. Sabi. So she'll be here with me on Wednesday. And then next Sunday at the same time, well, she'll be with me on Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then next Wednesday, Professor James Smalls, born October 22nd.
That's my man, James Smalls. Tell him I said hi. Show him some love for me, please.
Yeah, definitely gonna show him. He'll be here with me next week, right here on the same. We were supposed to do an event next week, but we had to postpone due to this social distancing and all that kind of stuff. Sure. But Lloyd, people should be intrigued with them lines there, especially now. Yeah. What about abortions? Would lines come up on abortions for women or men?
This is what I'm saying. I don't use the word abortion. I say terminate.
Terminate. Okay.
Woman knows. See what I'm saying? It's the language the woman uses. A woman don't want to say I abort. Right. And the way I phrase it to a woman when I see it, and especially when she says she does not have children, and I see those distinct marks. Two roads. A is that she's going to have children soon if she doesn't have already. Right. And especially if they're kind of like late 40s, 50s, when I see these marks, and they don't have children and they don't plan to have children, what I do is suggest that it does indicate more than likely they may have terminated or lost a child. And on a scale of 1 to 10, about 9 out of that 10 scale, I'll get a confirmation that that's true. These very personal matters to women. There are probably some women whose even girlfriends don't know what they went through. Certain things, women are tight, but they ain't that tight when it comes to certain matters that they have. Now,
loss of children could be through miscarriage and all of that.
That's right. Abortions, you know what I'm saying? That's why it says a termination, whatever the case is like that. They could have lost a child. So when the line of the going across the marriage line curves downward on your hand, that means you're going to outlive the partner you're with.
Oh, wow. Wait, which part is that? Which part is that? you know. Which part is that, sir? What's all this? Lloyd. We are going to have a palmistry demonstration to demystify all of these things, because I haven't even talked about your nails. Your nails are just as important. You know, your nails are just as important as the lines and the other facets of the hands, because the nails give out health indicators. Yeah, when a person has very, very short nails, it means things that affect the heart. When it's kind of long, like mine, it means things that may affect the lungs, stuff of that nature. So these are different signs. You know, what are your moons, ridges on your fingernails? I mean, brother, seriously, we could spend a lot of time doing this, and we should the next time. And, do it in the segments and make it interesting. You know what's up? Why I laugh is because my grandfather, who was born September 9th, 1909, he lived to be 103 years of age, going on 104. He outlived all of his children, his children, mother, and his girlfriends. He outlived them all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I found it interesting. I should have read his poems back in the day. But see, that's if we only knew. But that's the beauty of those who have a certain consciousness, especially tuned in tonight, all the viewers. And I hope you have at least 200 plus viewers, because this to me has been a very interesting show. People have to do 182. All people have to do right now is share the video. Just share it.
And it's please, it's very important to understand the importance of your hand, because the hand does everything the mind asks it to do, from tie a shoe to pleasure yourself, to feed yourself, to whatever the case may be. The hand is the master of the mind. Actually, the mind is the master of the hand, actually.
Right.
And it's those recordings that the mind records subconsciously through the hands. You know what General Napoleon once says?
Mm-hmm.
He says the face may deceive, Simon, but the hand never. So that means, ladies, y'all can put on all the best makeup in the world, look like $1 million beauty. Okay. You show me that palm, I show you what's up.
I want to shout out somebody that's watching us right now. Dr. Melanie, big up to you, beautiful.
Whoa, Melanie. Hi, honey. Hi.
Hi. Just watching us. I did text. I texted a link.
That's nice.
So big up to her.
Let me tell you this about Dr. Melanie. Seriously. And I'm glad she's here. And even if she wasn't, I meant to say this.
Yes.
Dr. Africa was fortunate to have a woman who was exceptional. Not because she was a doctor. I mean, of course, that would help.
Right.
But if 1/10 of the sisters out here dedicated themselves to Dr. Melanie as she did to Dr. Africa, there'd be a whole total difference of us men in this nation. If 1/10, just 20%. I mean, dedicated to you know, all I can say is she's exceptional. That's why you say, listen, do you have a sister? Okay. It's that kind of thing, because you're not going to find too many women like that. I do know one similar woman here in New York City, and her name is Laila, believe it or not. And she's born June the 27th. She too reminds me of Dr. Melanie. She's married. I mean, just every man should have a woman on that caliber. That's all I'm saying.
When you say somebody, now think about the contrast now, Lloyd, because one was born, Dr. Africa was born January 27th, and she was born January 16th. Now, what would you say to a relationship like that from your perspective?
Well, I give the same simulation of comparison of earth sign and an air number. Right. In the case of Minister Malcolm X, he was born on the 19th under the sign of Taurus. Right. Sister Dr. Betty Shabazz was born on the 28th of the same month in the air sign of Gemini. Right. Well, compared to that, Dr. Melanie is born under the Capricorn side, January the 16th, right, where Dr. Africa was born on the 27th, the far side. Yeah. So see, the first half of the month is you on the one side, but by the time you get to the second half, so this was an earth-air combination like Dr. Betty Shabazz and Malcolm X were earth-air combinations too. Great combination.
And a great support system for each other too.
Listen, exceptional. I have not seen, it's rare to see that kind of dedication. And see, for people who don't understand, they thinking like, oh, you know, no. I mean, unconditional love for somebody.
Yes.
No fooling around. Already committed. In fact, what people don't know about Dr. Melanie Stevenson is she was the one that took his book, Holistic Health to Africa, out of the darkness. They wanted to keep that under wraps, and it was she that published it on our publishing company and the rest of his books.
That's right. They had it hidden. They had it hidden for 13 years. Yes.
They wanted to keep that book under wraps. This is why I'm saying she's exceptional. But we kind of know some of the backstory. I don't know all of it, but what I know, I'm impressed.
Well, I just put their website on just in case, www.lailaafrica.com for books.
Please do. Please do.
So I put that out. I see that. Yeah, they got a brand new product that her and Doc produced called Virus. It got elderberry and all the great stuff inside the products.
Well, I want to buy some.
Yeah, I got it.
I want to buy some.
Yeah, I just got it in the mail. Just go to the website and it will come to you. It came to me like a few days after I ordered it. So it's still.
Yeah, I want to buy some. Yeah, I definitely want to buy some.
Definitely. Very good. Now, moving forward, Lloyd, did you want to read anybody's name before we finish, or you wanted to just keep it moving?
Up to you, Simon. This is your show. I'm your guest. I'm enjoying you. You know how we roll. Okay.
you know how we roll. Now,
That's exactly right. You're my man.
what we're gonna do? What I'm gonna do is I should have people call in real quick. Maybe I should let them call in and listen, then hang up and listen. All right. So what I'm gonna do is give out the call in number. This is what I want to do. But real quick, we're gonna do this until 10:30, probably 10:45. I'm gonna let Lloyd do it all because I want y'all to support his website, support his Udemy. I want y'all to support it. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna say a word. Only when we get on Brother Richard's show, we'll do that.
We're gonna be on his show soon. That's my man too.
Yeah, we're gonna tell that up when we do Richard's show. Y'all can call in, but when y'all call in is only y'all giving your name and your birthday, then hang up and listen. But please turn down your speaker so we don't get feedback. So the call in number, I'm gonna put it right now in here: 347 365 4861. That's the call in number. If you want to call in, at 1347 365 4861. That's 365 4861. 347 365 4861. Call in now, and whoever gets a call in now, they'll get a quick reading from my brother Lloyd Strayhorn right now. You give your first name and your date of birth, and we're gonna go in. Okay, they're calling in already, Lloyd. See, there it is. All right, turn down your radio. Turn down your radio. We're coming to you right now. Turn down your radio. Yes, greetings. Hello. Who am I speaking to?
Yes.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings, Crystal. 831. 69.
83169. All right, hang up and listen, my sister.
Okay,
Yeah.
Crystal is a earth sign with an air number. That means she's very pragmatic, uses a lot of common sense, but yet she uses a lot of reasoning faculties too. She's always attracted much older men, even at a very early age. At this point, they're considered probably odd, unusual, or strange, or she woke up one morning and say, how did I wind up with this? Who knows? But anyway, she's sensitive, high-strung, easily wounded in her feelings that people don't know, but she's really brilliant. She likes to think outside the box. And so she's good mathematically in terms of some way with dealing with numbers and definitely dealing with her hands in some way. Her most important numbers are the 4, 1, and 5, and Sunday and Wednesdays. Actually, it's Sunday, Monday, and Wednesdays are her best days.
All right. Who we have on the line right now? Who are we speaking with? Hello? They hung up. Hello? Wait a minute. Let me see if they hung up. They hung up.
Okay.
It's all right. Let's keep it moving. Like I said, you can call in right now. Okay, they're calling in right now. I told her, hold on. Yes. Hello, turn down. Hello. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Hakim.
Hakim, what's your birthday?
5/19/70.
5/19 what?
76.
76. Okay, turn down your radio. We're coming to you next. Go ahead.
Well, for Hakeem, this is a very important year, and I think it's very ironic that we would happen to mention Minister Malcolm X, okay?
Yeah, right.
The point is that he too, now he's an earth sign with a fire number. So that means he would exhibit practicality, common sense to his approach, yet passion, drive, and energy to accomplish what he needs to get done. He doesn't take orders well. He might have sensitive eyes to bright sunlight, so therefore suggested he wear glasses or wear shades on a bright, sunny day wherever he may live. It also indicates, too, that he's very unique in his own way, and he, in fact, is in a one personal year. Now, here's how I did it in case you don't understand. I'll try to keep it short. I simply took the month he was born, May, the day he's born, the 19th, added it to 2020. When I added his month, his day, you do your month and day, but add it to the year 2020, whatever that single number is, it will tell you. So in his case, he's in a one cycle year. But what's significant is he's also born on a number 1. So this adds more power, more drive, more determination to get what he wants. And so if you seem to be selfish for a minute, that would sound about right, my brother. Okay, Hakeem? If you are determined to step out on faith and do things on your term, that would make all the sense in the world to me. But May, your birthday month, suggests that you be going through a health cycle. So it means don't push yourself. I know ones think they're indestructible. Nobody's indestructible, but, just take care of yourself, all depending on what city or location you're living in. Other than that, this is your year to do things on your terms, set the stage for the next 9 years. By the way, his numbers are the 1, 4, and 9. And Sundays and Tuesdays are his best days.
Hey, hello. Who do we have here next? Who's next? Go ahead. Come on now. Hello, hello, hello. Can I hear you? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, Natasha Designing.
Yeah, just giving me a birthday, Natasha. What else?
August 2nd, 1985.
August 2nd, 1985. Just hang up and listen.
She would be a sweetie pie. She would be a fire sign with a water number. Fire brings the passion, the energy, the drive, the conviction to get up and go to get things done. Yet the water side will kind of sometimes mollify that and add to it more smoothness and sophistication and a feminine touch that only women can do when they need to get things done. So that tells me she's a fiery person, but yet a sweetie pie, a person who is very attentive and very detailed to things that are normally concerns her interest. She likes to collect things. More than likely, she may have a little sensitivity with the stomach or digestive area or reproductive organs that she would describe to us as guys, Simon. Or she could be very fastidious about her eating habits, her dietary laws, a vegetarian, vegetarian, or cook the best food on the planet when you get up in her kitchen, okay? So she has those options, and she likes to collect things, and she needs a hug twice a day. Her key numbers are the 2, 7, 1, and 4.
What's so interesting, Lloyd? She's also a sacred woman, so she's under the sacred woman auspices, of course.
Oh, then I know what's happening with that. Then when it comes to the diet, definitely.
All right, Lloyd. Who is we speaking? Who are we speaking with? Who's next? Who's this person?
James, born November 29th, 1965.
November 29th, 1965. Go ahead, Lloyd.
What is this person's name, Simon? It's okay if you don't. Well, this is a male, I take it, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't hear you. Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir. It's a male.
Okay, good. This individual was born on the same day as my very famous cousin, Billy Strayhorn, the composer of Take the A Train. He was also born on the same day as the famous preacher, politician, Adam Clayton Powell of Harlem. Okay. He's also born on Hidden Battle's birthday, whatever. But this is a guy who is a fire sign with a water number. Now, these are elements that conflict each other as a rule, but it all depends on the strategy and the style that he uses. So as a Sagittarius, it's a sign of entertainment. It's a sign that deals with government or foreigners, foreign countries, foreign languages. It's the creative side of the zodiac. His number 2, though, brings a lot of sensitivity to it. It's a lot of 2s that are dancers, like Albert Ailey was a number 2, a Capricorn 2. He's a number 2. In fact, Henson Battle, a famous dancer, was born on his birthday, November 29th. Okay. But the point is that he will find, and no matter how I say this, Simon, this seems to fit the bill. When I see a male with a number 2, especially the 29th, if I says that he will find that women have been his blessing and his curse, almost always they agree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who do we have on the line now?
It's King Simon, the through China, and my birthday is May 14th of 82.
May 14th, 1982, China. May 14th, 1982, China. Go ahead.
China. Okay. China, whoever she is from the birthday she just gave, is strikingly attractive. Notice the word I use, strikingly attractive. So if a guy who is just being very superficial, who is just trying to go to home plate without getting off the home plate to go around the ball, will find that he will be in for disappointment. This woman, China, is smart, engaging, intelligent, active, multifaceted, multidimensional. She doesn't look her age, which is why people don't take her seriously, which she should use to her advantage at times. Okay. That's why in the community, they said, don't woke them, let them sleep. Okay, Simon. So that's the approach she needs to use right about now. Yes, she would do well in the area of business, science, commerce, communications, export, the stock exchange, the literary field. She'd make an excellent writer. They probably want her to be the model in church, whatever. She walked probably before she was 1 year old, all those kinds of things. So it's very fascinating. But her key numbers are the 5, 6, and 9, while Wednesday and Friday and Tuesdays are her best days as a rule.
Great. Hello, who we got online? Go ahead.
Divine, 2/12/1990.
2/12/1990. Divine, 2/12/1990. Go ahead.
Okay. this is the birthday. Well, I ain't gonna go through all that. My brain thinks a certain way, just like we think of birthdays. That's why we fun, Simon. We have our private talks. But anyway, this person born on February the 12th, this is his year to wrap things up, to let things go, to say enough is enough. Bygones, let bygones be bygones. Okay. It's also a cycle for you entering that you're in right now where your dreams come true. But what have you had on the back burners of your mind that you've been wanting to manifest? Because this is the year to bring it front and center, to make it a reality, to put it in the things where you can see some measurement, even if not completion, which 9 denotes completion. Even if it's not all complete, you can begin to see the outline, the blueprint, the structure, the foundation of what you've been working on for the longest time in the mental screen of your mind in the back of your head. This is a time this year also for this person to avoid anyone that's conflictual. If they're argumentative, conflict, negative, squash them. Don't, let's say the person is, because since he's in a 9 is an accident cycle, right? So let's say this individual has a car, right, Simon? And he's on the highway and cars kiss each other or have a fender bender, all right? So you know how sometimes people get out and cause this road rage. Your thing, sir, since the year you're in is to diffuse it, not escalate it, to diffuse it. Listen, is everybody okay? Because first of all, y'all both supposed to have car insurance, so the cars are going to be taken care of. So that's not the problem. Is your people okay? Is my people okay? You see, because 9 is a humanitarian number. That's the spirit of how you're going to have to act. His challenge is people taking advantage of him. And if he can learn that, he'll be fine. His numbers are the 3, 4, and 1. And Thursdays and Sundays and Mondays are his best days.
Great, Lloyd. Thank you. Hold on 1 second. Next, who we have on the line? Please say your name and your birthday and listen.
Gloria, 4/11/61.
Gloria, 4/11/61. You got that, Lloyd?
Yes. Happy belated birthday. She's born the same day as the famous Tony. I'll think of his name in a second. But a lot of famous people are born on that day. But here's the point. She is a fire sign with a master number 11, which is considered an air number because though it's not 1 + 1 is 2. Yes, it is true. But there are 4 types of 2s. There's the 2, 11, the 20th, 2 + 0 is 0, and then the 29 itself. This particular 2 is made of 2 1s, which are fire numbers. So she's really a fire sign with a fire number. It's Tony Brown's journal. The famous journalist, TV activist that put a lot of TV shows on talking about the Black experience. Tony Brown, yesterday was his birthday too. Anyway.
You was on that channel, right? You was on his show.
He called me, he ran a feature on me one day called The Man with the Number concerning the Atlanta child murders, kidnapping and stuff. And I came upon some theories that seemed to fit. But anyway, that's another story for another time. But as for her, she's a person this year where she wants to start fresh. She's in a 1 personal year. So for her, she wants to either, let's say she's in a relationship, right? And we men can be creatures of habit. Her thing is, listen, boo, if we're gonna keep moving forward, we're gonna have to have some new rules up in here. Okay? You can't do the same old. And so not only with a relationship, but the way she's done her house, the way she's dealt with people, the way she becomes more independent. Normally in a 1 cycle such as they get raises, promotion, go out on their own. Yeah. But they become more independent. However, to the negative, which I never emphasize, let's say to the negative, she's codependent. She's codependent on this person, codependent on that person. Well, the cycle she's in, I got to be honest, is going to force you to stand on your own. So people that's in these codependent relationships when they're in 1 cycle, you're going to have a problem this year. And especially since everything has been shut down. Okay. So that's the only thing. So anyway, her lucky numbers are the 2, 7, and 6, and Mondays and Fridays are her best days.
All right, Lloyd. We're going to go to our next caller. Yes, hello. Who are we speaking with, and what's your birthday and your name?
My name is Chanel, and my birthday is August 19th of 1991.
August 19th of 1991, and her name is Chanel. That's your name?
Chanel, like the handbag.
Oh yeah, Chanel. Oh, Chanel. Somebody named you after handbag. How cute.
Well, Chanel is no joke. Let me tell you this, Simon. What you see is what you get. One of her challenges is she's an old spirit in a young-looking package. She's probably dated much older guys. I'm talking about even hitting the early teens, like 13, 14, 16, 17, stuff like that. But as she gets older, fate is going to play a nice, interesting trick on you, Chanel. And you're going to start attracting much younger men. things of that nature. You are born to lead. You would do well in law, medicine, or science. You need to be a manager, supervisor, director, run your own business. You do not take orders well. You're known for your frankness, but it all depends on how you use it. You know how sometimes these reality shows where they get the women all sassy and stuff like that? You don't have to do that, dear. Your chemistry. You are a fire sign with a fire number, and the number 1 rules the sign of Leo. So your number is in its own natural home in the zodiac. So therefore, this is a born gift you have. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to be belligerent with it. And if you notice, some of the most powerful people you don't know. They don't brag about it. It is what their actions speak, because the words are mere. But for reality shows, which has ironically nothing to do with reality at all, when you turn it off and go to bed at night, all right, and look around your apartment, you'll find that you are born to be a winner. You always get along better with men. Got to be honest with you. Okay. Your lucky numbers are the 1, 4, 9, and your best days are Sunday and Tuesday.
Thank you, Lloyd, for that. Next, who we have? This is the last one over the phone. Next one we have. Who's this? Who is speaking now? Who's your name? Elena.
June.
Elena, what is your birthday?
June 7th, 1997.
June 7th, 1997. Her name is Elena, Lloyd. Go ahead. Hang up and listen.
Interesting. She's born the same day as Nikki Giovanni, one of my idols.
Yep.
Prince, definitely one of my idols. Pence, who I would not say, okay. But anyway, whoever this beautiful lady is, it tells me she's a very sophisticated lady. She brings to any relationship or any environment class, some swagger, sophistication. But what happens is other sisters, though, through no fault of her own, will misread her thinking like, who does she think she is? And it's not that at all. As so much as 7 women, I notice a little bit more laid back. They're more discreet, discriminating. It ain't all about my business in the street. Okay. And that's how they do. She's a perfectionist. She should get into writing. This is a woman, if you're dealing with her, expect 2 things. When you come into her house, expect to walk in the house where you see a lot of books, magazines, newspapers that show you're dealing with a very intelligent woman, not just one with a fine face and a fine figure. Can we do something else after all of that? Okay. But the point is, if you're dealing with her in a relationship, you got to have your stuff correct and tight, because her birthday suggests she likes to ask a ton of questions, Simon. She don't run out of questions. So if you're the kind of guy that don't want to deal with a woman, that like to ask a lot of questions, and it's not about where you going, why you going. I'm talking about questions to make you think. Questions make you, really come up with some things. You'll find that she may not be much fun in the beginning, but she is. She's got her own style. And by the way, her numbers are the 7, 2, and 5, and her best days are Monday and Wednesday. And I throw in Friday as a caveat too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What we're going to do is probably go to the chat real quick for the remainder of this time, because we've been on the phone line for a little bit. Let's go to the chat real quick, if you don't mind, Lloyd. That was great. Real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so the chat so far, I see, let's see, we got December 7th, 1959. That's King Reyes, real Pan-African, pro-African. December 7th, 1959.
He is a person of strong determination. He was born on the same day as the guy that skips my mind at the moment, because I'm looking at him, that founded Beatrice Food Industry, a black man. He's also born on the same day as another black man that developed the numbers in Harlem, Casper Holstein, December 7th. This man brings to the table himself a degree of analysis. It all depends on his way of thinking and looking at life. But since he's under Sagittarius, it should be more positive than negative. He has a very individualistic attitude. He likes to stay more under the radar, yet he can go above the radar and have no problems at all. He's also the kind of person that is very analytical, can be very sarcastic if you rub him the wrong way. So I wouldn't play with him like that. He's also the kind of person that might, quietly as is kept, worry more than he needs to at times too. His numbers are the 7, 2, and 3, and Mondays and Thursdays are his best days.
Okay, good. Next one we're going to go to real quick. I'm going to be doing it random, people, so forgive me. It's going to be random. We got a lot of people that's hitting us up. I hope y'all are thumbing up the video, sharing this video. Someone born, Nicole X is born January 28, 1995. 1985.
January 28th?
1985, named Nicole X.
Nicole X is an Aquarius 1 person. She's an air sign with a fire number, just like you, which makes it a perfect blend. See, there are certain elements in nature that go together, like wind and fire, earth and water. When you plant things and get them from the earth in forms of the fruits and vegetables and things that we enjoy. So it tells me, first of all, she's very active. She doesn't look her age. She was out on her own between her 19th and 22nd birthday. She probably wear glasses. Her lower back may hurt from time to time, more to the left side than the right side. It also indicates that this particular year, she's going through some serious adjustments because she's in a 6th personal year. So it's either makeups or breakups, some concerns with health, if not her, somebody around her. And especially the month that we just left in March, because she was in a 9th personal month. So if she did go through any health challenges, it was probably in the 2nd week from the 8th to the 14th. However, with her still being a 1 personal year, a 6th personal month, right now for April, she is in a 1. So she's in her energy. Plus, April is one of her best months. Her best months are February, April, June, and August. Those are her best months primarily. So she happens to be one of her good months right now to take advantage, especially if she acts on Sunday and Tuesday, and in a minor way Wednesday, since she's an Aquarius, which is complementary. That's another astrological correlation I can't get into right now. But those are it, though. But the one thing about her, she's straight, no chaser, doesn't look her age, and what you see is what you get.
Exactly. No doubt. Somebody from out of town, born August 13, 1964.
Fidel Castro, Rex Humboldt, Alfred Hitchcock, and a couple other famous people of note. So that tells me that's Shay too, by the way. That's her birthday.
Yeah,
so, so this person indicates that to other people who don't really get to know them initially, they would appear to be quirky, strange, off the cuff. What's that about? And this is because of their kind of futuristic personality and attitude and approach to life, tend to be at those people in the moment that's observing this, that person appears to be weird, or maybe from another time and space. But only when they catch up do they begin to give them that credit. They're always attracting odd and unusual relationships, very, very sensitive. And 4 people, I always call it geniuses, actually. Genius how? In their own way of discovery. So you got to find your passion. It ain't about you, August 13th, looking in that person's backyard. You need to look in your own darn backyard, okay? That's once you do that, that's what Simon and I decided to do. Now, Simon and I probably went different paths before all this over. Simon will tell you his history is just as varied as mine, okay? But there's a point where you find where, yes, this is it. It may take a minute. Who cares? Okay.
That's right.
You know, God knows before you do. And if you're honest, you will. What makes you happy? What makes it that's your case? So since he's born on the 13th in the years of 4 and universal year 2020, 2 + 0 + 2 + 0 adds to a 4. This is a significant year for him.
Yes.
Okay. How? He's in a 7 year, which means he's got to get his spiritual house in order. You don't want to be bothered with a lot of people. Just be left alone and pay attention to his interesting dreams. His key numbers are the 4, 1, and 5, and Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday are his best days.
We're going to take a few more people. We got Deborah Leffridge. Deborah is born 7/16/1960. 7/16/1960.
The same day as Mary Baker Eddy that founded Christian Science. Which is it. All 7s have founders of religious movement. Charles Baker that found Jehovah's Witness. I was born on his birthday. Okay. Billy Graham born on the 7th. Elijah Muhammad born on the 7th. Bishop Desmond Tutu born on the 7th. So I know in her case, she is a water sign with a water number, which means she feels things very, very deeply, very intensely. And as a result, she has to be more conscious of who she's around, especially negative people, especially people. For some reason, I don't know why we want to put each other down. I can do 1,000 acts of kindness and people want to remember me for that one dumb move I made. I go get it. I don't know what that's about. But the point is for her to go into spirit. In fact, she's in a 9 personal year. So she wants to bring some things together. And in case she is not familiar how I did that, I quickly said 7 + 7, her month and date of birth added to 2020 gives me a 9. So she's coming to the end of her journey, as we know, Simon. So she has 2 ways or 3 ways to go. A, she can focus on manifesting her dreams or making things real or tangible for herself. 2, She can also says, I need to get rid of anything or anyone that's not in my benefit. Negative ways of thinking, toxic ways of actions, people, whatever the case is, leave all that alone, let go so you can grow. That should be the theme. Then finally, it's about embarking on long distance trips. But since everybody's on a shutdown for a New York minute, shall we say, it may be a while, but it doesn't keep people from long distance calling her via Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, all the other vehicles that they have out here to make communications. And I got to be honest, had it not been for the internet, a lot of people would have really gone bonkers if they couldn't have got the internet, stream a movie, do their Fire Stick or whatever. They'd have been saying, ah.
Exactly. Next person we're going to read out is James, born February 3rd, 1989.
A man that's very talkative, sociable, deals with the young, the old, and the in-between, and from different cultures too. A man is very creative, by the way, very ambitious. He takes great pride in his reputation if he's positive. 3 people I notice into the negative have to be careful of extremes. If he likes Haagen-Dazs ice cream, he's got to have it every night. If he drinks, he's got to have it more often than he needs to. So I rarely point these things out as Simon and I do, but sometimes we get a feeling about things, and these are one of the things that 3s do. One of their challenges, they go to excess with whatever their passions are. So if their passions are constructive, like going into business, opening up an art studio, being a designer, or being a personal trainer, then that's great. Okay. Then be passionate, use that passion, that whatever you got to do, or that excess, to be the best that you can in whatever chosen field you can. This person is also going through a 9 personal year assignment, which means he's going to have to wrap things up that he no longer needs. And at the same time, he too is in a position to, focus on what I've been wanting to do for the longest time, man, and put those things in place. And right now, he's about to leave April, which is a pretty good month for him, but going into May, which is going to turn things around for him. And that's when he should really take advantage of opportunity.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lloyd. I got Maurice Nichols. He sent the Cash App to me. That's March 7th, 1986. March 7th, 1986.
Okay. He's a water sign with a water number, which means he's the person who is deeply into himself. So you know how some people, when they say got to stay at home, he probably wouldn't mind. He might be bored and say, I got to go out and give me some air and some sunlight. But staying in the house for him is basically no problem at all. I would surmise from his water sign and water number, because 7 is the number of privacy. They love their privacy. If they got some books, newspapers, can watch some TV shows or episodes, they're pretty fine for the most part. They do worry than they need to. This particular year, though, this particular person is going through a 5 personal year. So imagine that thing being 1 to 9, right? So he's at the midway point in his 9-year cycle. So that means, therefore, he's at a point where he wants to turn things around, to take advantage of better opportunities. It could be about relationships. It could be about this, that, and the other. But the point is that he can make changes for the better. It's also a chance to it's also an opportunity cycle. So he's got to keep his eyes and ears open. That's definitely popping off in May for him, for example. So he should be aware of that. And other than that, his key numbers are the 3, 4, and 1, and Thursdays and Sundays are his best days.
Thank you very much, Lloyd. Next one is CPT, born July 3rd, 1982. C7. They call themselves CP3, too real for games.
Okay. All right.
That their birthday.
Well, this particular person is going through a different personal year than the person born on the 3rd of February. Okay. In their case, since they're born July the 3rd, which is a 1, believe it or not, they too are going through a 5 personal year. It's like switching the numbers around, where the person was born March the 7th, she's born 7/3. It's just the numbers, if you notice from these 2 callers, the numbers have just been literally flipped around. Yeah. So she too, but in a different way. Here's a similarity. This gentleman is a Pisces, a water sign. She happens to be a Cancer with a water sign. Okay. But she has a fire number. So she brings passion and energy, drive, get up and go, and determination to get things done. but this is her year to bring a closure to anything she felt is like, too much is enough. I don't need any more. I don't need you. I don't need this. And you're just got to get out of here. But at the same time, begin to focus, because we know 9 is always a number of endings. And Nikola Tesla, the famous mathematician, inventor, electronic and genius, actually, who developed the AC/DC system that we all use,
right,
was saying that the magic numbers are the 3, 6, and 9. A completion of a circle in astrology is 3, 6, 0, which adds to a 9. The birth of a child is normally 9. So she has a choice. She can give birth to what she's been that she's been holding back on something, to make it manifest and become real. Or she could say, listen, there's been people that's holding me back. I need to put the kibosh on it. That's it.
Well, okay, we're gonna take, I think, we're gonna take like 2 more. The other one is John. He's born February 20th, 1989. That's February 20th, 1989.
Same day as Sidney Poitier that celebrated his 93rd birthday the other day. They had it with him and some other people. But anyway,
Rihanna is also born that day too, February 20th.
Yes, Rihanna too. Can't get Rihanna. Rihanna just donated millions to help out with this drama that's going on too.
Exactly.
But in his case, he would do well in the mechanical, mathematical sciences, computers, technology. A person who's always been finicky and fussy about his eating habits, his dietary laws. A person who's always been blessed to either work around a lot of women or always have women's female supervisors, female directors, female managers, or whatever the case is. And part of his blessing and curse with women, he might be in a relationship, but women at the office might want to call him. You know, sometimes when women talk to other women, they want to get a male perspective. So he is a natural catch, because 2s are normally good listeners, and they normally are good at giving advice. So when you have some of your psychiatrists and psychologists, some of the best of them come under the number 2, because they're good listeners and they know how to tune in and pay attention to the details and pick up on those nuances that a lot of people may miss. And then with him being a water sign with a water number, that would just add to that sensitivity to fine tune, like a fine antenna, to pick up on people's feelings and emotions. So, and nonetheless, though, he's in an 8 personal year, which is his year to grow up. This person is also going through a pregnancy cycle, which means if not he, somebody around him, or symbolically, which you and I know, Simon, works in the sense that it could represent birth to an idea, a business, a plan, an enterprise, whatever.
That's right. Well, look here. We got LaShawn. He's born August 30th, 1973. He's born the same day as young Pharaoh. August 30th, 1973.
Now, what's interesting, like Pharaoh's old while he's young.
Yes.
He's going to get young when he's old. That's exactly how this guy is.
Exactly.
Don't look his age. He probably still been showing his ID, depending if he's been born in the late 80s, 90s. I know he's still showing ID, okay? But yet, the people that he finds attraction to tend to be older than him at this point. And so it would not surprise me because of his level of maturity and understanding. He's got a head for business. He's a big thinker. And the worst thing I would tell anybody who's trying to undermine this brother, don't chump him. Don't say you can't do this and you can't do that. That's really when this August 30th person rises to the occasion. So if he were to go back in the mental screen of his mind and look back at some of the things he accomplished, it's probably because somebody said, you can't do this, man. You can't do that. And he says, you know what? Let me show you what I'm going to do. And that's probably it.
Well, you know, we're gonna go to Haiti. A sister from Haiti named Sandy Haiti, born July 25th, 1983. That's July 25th, 1983.
She's got 7s written all over her. She's a very sophisticated lady, very discriminating.
Yes.
She could have mates a dime a dozen, to be honest with you. Her attraction is in her laid back attitude with things. She gives you a look that, sometimes you give a person right look. Again, 80% of our communication is body language. And she can give you a look that could be mesmerizing, okay? She likes to be her own best company. Other women can't stand her. She can't help it, okay? We joke, but she's got her own style. She's got her own rhythm. And she can be sophisticately sarcastic when it comes to jumping somebody off. They got to think what they just been insulted or told where to go. It makes no difference because that's how she rolls. And she would make an excellent writer, researcher, analyst, investigator. So if you're dealing with her on an emotional or romantic tip, have your game tight. That's what I'm telling you.
She said facts. Yes. We're gonna go one more. Now this is what I need y'all to do. Y'all need to go to, I'm gonna post some Lloyd's Cash App before we go to the last one. Y'all go support Lloyd's Cash App right now. I ain't going for it. Y'all play games. Y'all better send him some.
Listen, the thing they give it is, listen, everybody's on a budget. It was not my purpose. It's nice to do that, Simon.
I know. All right. That sounds cute, but I'm going to make sure you get support.
Simon.
Cash App, $.
Let me bless you in advance. But it's nothing I'm looking for other than the goodness of supporting my brother Simon. Okay.
That's right.
Now, this person, Samantha, is an air sign with an air number, which means she's very airy. Here's what I'm saying. Her mind is always going. She could be, there's going to be a big event the night before. She's in bed, mentally going through all of it. By the time she go to sleep, it's time for her to get up and get started. She is a person that's a little ahead of her game. This particular year for her is a year where she wants to expand her world. She's going through what is called a Jupiter cycle, good luck cycle, where things are going to expand. However, you and I know that, Simon, around June, the middle of June, her sign will go retrograde. So in her own sign. So it means up until now, time to have fun, but don't go to any excess during your birthday month, as crazy as that might sound. Okay. People still may be shed in, and you can have as much time. But the thing with the birthday that she has, that can be very flexible, very visionary, very much detail, but this is her year to have fun. And in fact, in May, she should come into a lot of bit of money. So she can send me a Cash App in May. Okay. If you want, of course.
Of course. Big up to Eddie. Big up to Eddie, who sent me a Cash App, I said send Lloyd Cash App, but since you sent me a Cash App, Eddie is born on August the 4th, 1990. Eddie Lakes the 3rd. He's born August the 4th, 1990. Look like one of my clients. I think I already did.
No, but let me tell you this. He's born on one of the best presidents we've ever had, President Barack Hussein Obama. Okay.
Right.
Especially when you compare to what's going on in the present moment. That's all I'm saying. Okay. People get it twisted. Don't. What I'm saying is this. We're talking about a man who just called you a man of brilliance. It all depends on what he does with his genius. We'll all be given a gift, but it all depends. You know what, Simon? People say, well, how can you tell whether the number's good or bad? Simple. From the actions of that individual in front of me. If you're blocking people's blessings, if you're trying to do something negative, if you're abusing your mate, it's obviously you're not on the good side of your number. I mean, let's have some common sense up in here, okay? So in his case, if he's on that good side, which I suspect he is, there's something in his brilliance, but in his brilliance, there will be resistance. Almost always when you read about the biography of great men and women, there's always some resistance because these men and women have normally been ahead of their time. They've thought outside the box. They've done things outside the box. People think, therefore, they're weird or strange or what's up with them. But almost always time will prove to be on their side. So a person who is not a 4 but an 8 is like, say, Muhammad Ali. When he said, no Vietnamese ever call me nigga, okay? And they froze all his income when he's at the height of his height. And he had to spend almost 5 to 7 years in exile. But look how everything came. But he does have a lot of 4s in the name Muhammad. You see what I'm saying, Simon? What you know?
Yes.
So, so this is all I'm saying. That by understanding this person is very sensitive. He likes older women or women that are strange or weird, where they say, brother, where'd you meet her at? Sometimes they're the most beautiful women in the world, and they're trying to figure out, how you get that? It may be that kind of thing. But I would say when it comes to mathematical, mechanical sciences, engineering, the technical things, radio, television, computers, working with his hands, construction, things like that, he's very, very different, very, very unique, and a man that you need to get to know. But you find he's very sensitive, very humble in his beginning, but quite powerful. And never forget somebody who did him an injustice, though. He may not say nothing, but he ain't gonna forget what you did when I was about 4 years old.
That's right. You know, Lloyd, somebody said they sent you a Cash App, and I think their birthday is August 3rd, 1980. So that's your Cash App. So you better check that out, Cash App. But her name is Samara, and that's the last one, last person. No more calls, no more.
Hi, Samara. And first of all, thank you very, very much. And whatever donations is fine. But if you need to feed your family should be first in the line. Everybody else got to get in the back of the line. That's my attitude, okay? I do appreciate what you do. However, born on August the 3rd, it tells me bright, you're bubbly, engaging, entertainment. You have all the potentials astrologically of being famous, where Simon and I could down the road say, you know what, we need to get your autograph. Because you're popular wherever you go, which is why it's hard for you to sneak around, because you bump into people everywhere you go. You attract older men, younger men, men from different cultures. Go figure. That's why you need to learn a second language. And you got a flair about you. You got this flirtatiousness about you. And it's an honest flirtation. It's not, and half these guys that the women, this is why the women don't like you sometimes too. Nothing personal. You get along with everybody. But when they bring their men around, the men find you engaging because you're under a masculine sign with a masculine number, which means, therefore, you do better around men, and men do better around you. Okay? So, as Mom Mabley once says, who's a 3, by the way, I think, the only thing a woman could do is bring you a man. And that's kind of you. All right? Your lucky numbers are the 3, 1, and 4, and Thursdays and Sundays are your best days, like today.
There it is, my brother Lloyd.
I enjoyed this very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was fly. That was fire. You know, I gotta give you a well-deserved round of applause. That was fire, my brother.
Simon, no need. You my buddy. You my buddy. I love you very much, Simon. I do.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm so honored that Melanie was able to tune in, and I hope between both our, she knows us up close and personal in that sense, that we lift her spirits today. That
I'm sure we did. Don't worry, family. Y'all can set up a session with Lloyd, please. You can go to his website. That's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. His number is 1-800, of course, 581-44-0. Let me put it up on the screen here. No more online readings, no more over the phone readings. Lloyd Strayhorn's web number is 1-800-581-4401. That's 1-800.
Simon.
Oh yeah, that's why I did StreamYard. That's why I did StreamYard. Zoom don't do this.
Oh, that's interesting.
Clear. All right, I gotta step it up, Lord. I gotta step it up.
I'd say you already stepped it up, brother.
I want to thank Red Pill and Blue Pill for sharing this information.
Definitely. Those are my guys. Those are my buddies.
That's right.
I'll be stalking them on Instagram, okay?
Don't forget Lloyd's Cash App. That's $numbers and you. And remember, his class is Learn from Lloyd and How to Read People Like a Book on Udemy, UDEMY.com. That's UDEMY.com. It's only $12.99 right now, and that's a discount. He usually charges $149 for that to $150.
Yep.
Believe me, I know this. All right. And if you want to text me your full name and date of birth, if you want to do a numerovation session with me, my number is 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. But like I said, I'm promoting the Baba, and I want to make sure y'all support his products, his business, all his books. I got his books here. This one here. This one is called Relationship Guide. Lloyd's numbers. Don't forget Lloyd's number and you workbook. Don't forget that.
Simon, that green book you just shows, that's a companion to the online course. Okay, how to read a person. They should get it through Amazon.
Get this on Amazon and Kindle right now if you're going to take the online course, so you can go through it.
Thank you, Simon.
It's a good book to have. And also, don't forget this thick-ass book. This one here is Lloyd's Numbers and You, Numerology Guide for the 21st Century and Beyond. And, of course, his classic book, Numbers and You. Let's all thank Lloyd Strayhorn. Thank him. Everybody, put up a number. Put a
Bless
number
you.
7 up. Put a number 7. Let's follow my 7. Put a number 7 because he's born on the 16th. Everybody, 7 up. 7 up. I want to see 7
7
ups.
up. 7
7
up.
up, Lord.
Thank you, Simon. I
Thank you.
really appreciate this. Bless you. And you know we are brothers in every sense of the word. I really appreciate this,
Yes,
man.
we are, my brother. Yes, my brother. And you be safe. You be safe out there, Elder. And man, take care.
And for those that did, see, I didn't know Simon was going to do this Cash App thing. See, this wasn't part of the script. See,
Right.
Those that did, I more than appreciate it in every sense of the word. But you make sure your family's front up first, and everybody gets to the back of the line. So you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's all right.
Let me ask you real quick, Lloyd. You live around Harlem Hospital. Are you hearing a lot of ambulance working going on?
Believe it or not, no.
Okay, because we hearing it a lot in Brooklyn over there. Near my son's mother, she hearing it a lot over there near Kings County and those hospitals.
Again, let me say this, Simon.
Yes,
in my wisdom, I don't go out.
Right.
So I just go out to the supermarket, you know, maybe the drugstore. That's about it for now.
Okay.
So right now, I'm just taking it easy. I love being in my house. I got books galore, as you can see in the back of me.
Exactly.
So I'm happy. My 5 stick is working. Okay.
Exactly. We are it, brother. We are it. Well, my brother, I want to thank you very much, of course.
Thank you so much. Bless you, Simon. You have a blessed day, and we'll talk soon. Because I got you gave me an idea that I want us to explore. Okay, now I'll let you know later.
You know how to take yourself off the broadcast? You know how to do it?
I have no clue, Simon.
I think it just says remove from the stream. Remove. You got to go through.
I just want to exit out the window, and that's it. See ya.
All right. That's it. That was my brother Lloyd Strayhorn. I hope y'all enjoyed everything we did today. My goodness, Lloyd brought the fire. If you don't accept the fire, that's totally up to you. But Lloyd brought the fire. I'm telling you, family, so we got to show respect to the Bible. That's what I do. We show respect to our Bible all the time. Oh, man. Woo, man. I didn't do none of the readings. I let Lloyd do his thing because that's how you show love and respect to your elders, to your fathers, and that's how you give it to them. You give it up to them and let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So before I get on out of here, don't forget this coming Wednesday, we're gonna have another spiritual dynamic person coming up. She does spiritual reading, she does spiritual life coaching, and she's also a herbalist, student of Dr. Africa, student of Dr. Faith, and many others, of course, a student of life. She got some excellent seminars that she imports and Jamaica. She got some excellent products from her website. Her website is Samori Herb. MauryHerbs.com. That's MauryHerbs.com. So make sure you check out Mama Ella Samori this coming Wednesday at 8 p.m. You will not be disappointed. She got her hype on Instagram. Her website is, her Instagram is Nutritional Healing. Nutritional Healing on Instagram. I got her coming up on Wednesday. And don't forget, next week Sunday, same black time, same black channel, or same indigenous time, or same indigenous channel, or same original time and same original channel. Right here next Sunday, we got Baba James Small, one of our elders, will be coming in because next week we were supposed to do that event, but since we can't do that event next week, we're going to do something for y'all with Baba James Small right here on YouTube. Right here on this channel, King Simon Presents. Hey, if you want to send a love donation, I want to thank everybody that did send a donation on Cash App and reach out some of those names out right now. Reach out some of those names out that sent some love to me on Cash App. Big up to Eddie. Eddie sent me a love donation. He got his reading. Big up to Sean Lowe. Big up to Sean Lowe. He said, we love you. Gilberto. Big up to you. Maurice got his reading, of course. Calvin Wilson, big up to Calvin Wilson from North Alabama. Gratitude. I want to thank everybody. If you want to send a love gift, please do so. If you do want to get a session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth. 347-496-1022. 347-496-1022. I'm texting people that have texted me already. I'm texting people who want to do a session with me right now. So I'm sending you the information. Follow the information, read it carefully, and then we can set up a session sometime this week. I know I have a big calendar this week. it late, don't worry about it. If I fix it on a later date, no problem. But I definitely can fix you up for a second. I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of it. I want to thank all of you for being a part of it. You said you can't hear me. That's a little thing. People not hear me. You know, that don't make no sense. You can't hear me. We can't hear you. That don't make no sense. Yeah, I think that you can hear me. So don't worry. Take your time. Take your time. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. We can't hear typo. You can't hear me. I don't understand because I am hearing me on my channel. I know I can hear myself. Let's see here. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I wanna make sure everybody's all right. Y'all be safe. I'm gonna get on out of here with my music. I'm gonna sing out to y'all. You only have one life to live. Just stay focused, stay at peace, and stay out of trouble. You only have one life to live, as we said in my song, and this one is by me, King Simon. So please have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Thank all of y'all for being a part of it, and we're gonna keep moving just like this. I want to end this show. I want to end this show right now with my song. We only have one life to live. Stay safe, stay humble, and stay out of trouble. Peace.